What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? What up to the KB watchers, his Twitter and Instagram followers, and shout out to everybody on Twitter as you guys are tuning in here. Welcome back to the Young Guns podcast. This is now episode 6, I believe,
man.
We're back at it, and it's like we never left, truly.
Yeah,
because
and you're getting your intro back down. Love it.
Yeah. But you know why it's back like we never left? Because it's like the more things change, the more things stay the same. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I gotta whip out the shirt. Yeah,
I'm dying inside. I didn't even notice.
Love it. Gotta whip out the shirt. Shout out to freaking That's Good Sports.
Oh, That's Good Sports. I love.
Yeah,
that
they
guy,
made
man.
these
Shout out to
shirts.
Brandon
They made these shirts. Yeah.
Hey man, listen, guys. The title says it all. I don't know how the hell the Giants move forward from this, and we're gonna get into it. But what a damn game that was to, I don't want to say bring us back down to reality, because we started off 0-3, not to forget that. And we started off 0-3 with a team that looked like it wasn't really ready for anything. But I think a lot of Giants fans, after the Chargers win, they were getting high. They were getting a little high and mighty. And we even had a section in last week's episode, KB, where we were like, does this change anything? And it was one of the shortest sections, because we're like, no, it kind of nothing changes here. We got to win. That's good. Nothing changes in terms of situation of the team or the people that are running the team. And we're still not a good team, but it doesn't hurt any less. It doesn't hurt any less.
And it's crazy how much like I was expecting this in the back of my mind. Like, of course, we picked the Giants to win, obviously, but it's like at the same time we're like, this Chargers game changes nothing. It changes nothing when it comes to the future and the rest of the season for this team, because this team can't recognize or can't have any consistency if it was right in front of their face. So,
hey man, listen, as you guys are coming in, shout out to Nerd Cage Live. Yup, see you on Friday. We will be on Nerd Cage's stream on Friday, so make sure you guys go over there, check him out, and give him a follow. As you're coming in, remember, most important thing to do, hit that subscribe button and the share button. The share button is so important to let everybody know that we're live and to get more and more Giants fans in here. Now, before we roll the real intro, I'm going to bring up the topics for tonight. We got Saints recap. We got a funeral march. I think everybody can infer what the funeral march means. We got a check-in for the first time in a long time. That's just going to be maybe a 10-15 minute section. We're pulling up your chat. We're pulling up your comments from the chat. We're going to discuss it. We're going to see what takes you have. So be ready to type tonight, and we're definitely going to take a look at it. We're going to have the Eagles preview. I said this to KB before the stream. It's probably going to be the shortest thing that we talk about tonight. And then we have Week 6 NFL. We're going to tally up where we're going. KB took the lead last week, and I think he might have maintained that lead because we had a lot of the similar picks. I don't think I might be wrong. I don't think we differ.
I haven't even began to try to tally it up, so I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I mean, we do it live. That's how we do it, baby.
We definitely got one wrong in the Giants game.
Yeah, we definitely got that one wrong. We might have gotten the Eagles-Broncos wrong too, but I'm gonna check my phone to see. I wouldn't be surprised if one of us picked the Broncos for that one, just out of pure hatred. I'm not gonna lie to you. But guys, let's, you know how it is. Let's roll it. Now, before we get right into it, I have to share this awesome reel that I came across. And I actually have a couple that I'm going to share. I'm going to share one right now at the beginning of this, and then one at the end of this section here. Now, this is KB. This is yours, not yours truly, his truly. I came across it, and if this is not something for y'all to go over and follow this dude's Instagram, I don't know what is, because this was freaking hilarious. It was so funny. It made me laugh, but it was also just the truth. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to stay quiet, and y'all just going to watch. All right? Do I have the right one? Because like I said, I have a couple pulled up. All right, bam, there it is.
Send the blitz. Dart. Looking down the middle. Darius Slayton. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We can't have anything. We can't have anything. Here's Dart with a lot of time. Jackson Dart. Oh, my God. Hand off. Scatterboo is hit at the line. He just. Oh, my God. You got to be fucking kidding me.
I gave up here. I gave up.
Diddy must have had his way with that football because that thing is oiled the fuck up. The Diddy ball strikes again. You got to get to the first down. Jackson Dart takes a snap. 4-man rush. Dart flushed out the pocket. Dart looking for somebody. You had Bo Collins throwing it to the other side. Intercept.
Yo, you're muted.
Did y'all see how that man crashed out towards the end, bro?
Bro, it's crazy. Cause I crashed out even more towards the end. I completely gave up. I tried putting on the shades to get a confidence boost, and those came out really quick. Those came off really quick.
Listen,
but yeah, that was.
I'm sure perfect way to start it. I'm sure you were high on confidence going into the second half. I think we were.
I was, and that's what made me crash out the most. Is like I can't believe in the back of my mind, like. I'm just thinking we're losing to the Saints right now. We're losing to Spencer Rattler right now. That's what was going through my mind. If the Giants had this performance against the Chargers, would I be upset? Sure, but it would be way more understandable. I could not believe that we were doing that against the Saints. And if you see them on Twitter right now, like the Saints players, they act like they just won the Super Bowl. Like they are like so happy.
Isn't it their first win in like 11 games or something?
Yeah,
like that?
And you know who's the last team they beat? You know who's the last team they beat, Kush? It was us! They are undefeated, 2-0 against us, and 0-9 versus the rest of the NFL.
Kellen Moore's first win as a head coach, I believe. The Rat Pack's first win as a starter. We're a notch on Spencer Rattler's belt. He walked in. This was a home game, right? Yeah. This home.
This their home game. Their home game. We were away.
I take it back. He didn't walk in. We walked into our house. He threw us on the bed, put our legs up, and then went to work in the second half.
Golly.
This is not a laughing matter, but I can't do shit but laugh, KB. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Same soup. Just reheated. What other sayings y'all got for me? It's like same shit every day. You know what? I got you.
Come on, you motherfucker. Oh, shit. God damn it. Same shit, different day.
But like at this point, am I numb to it? I don't know if I'm numb to it. Because I'm not even yeah, in the moment I was angry. I was mad. But I told KB, y'all, like I can't do 10 straight years of depressed Giants football. I think they like beat the depression out of me. I think now I'm just
numb.
I think I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, numb. I feel like now I'm just like, it's like, all right, man, what else is new? You know what I mean? That's what it comes back to. Honestly,
I'm not numb yet because I know when I'm numb. I was numb in 2023. 2023, I literally did not care about the season. I just didn't care.
How early in the season were you?
Real quick. I have to go back because I don't really remember. It's all a blur. I mean, I have to go back. I was literally at the point where I wasn't even watching the game. Like I remember that Rams game. We came close to winning that Rams game, and I think I only tuned in the fourth quarter because I thought we were gonna win it, and I didn't want to win it. Like that's how bad it was. I did not want to win it. But yeah, that 2023 season was a blur.
Where do we even start with this, KB? I mean, we could start with the positive. I think I can't remember if this was in our pregame talk or if this was live, but like you mentioned it, the first time in however long the Giants actually scored on their first two drives. I think you said the first time in 5 years, was it?
First time. That's what the announcer said. I have not confirmed that, but yeah. I'm sure what they're saying is right. He said the last time the Giants scored on their scored touchdowns on their first two possessions was 5 years ago. I don't know what the game was. I don't know what the week was. No idea, but they said 5 years ago. So, I mean, I'm going to believe them.
I really thought, y'all, and I'm not going to sit here because we know who the Saints are. Matter of fact, this should have been in the preface of this topic, KB. The Saints were one of the only teams on this grueling schedule that we have. Because I admit I was a little bit of a victim of the hype coming into the season, but not too much. I still picked the Giants to have like 6 wins. And now, like, Jesus, just like last year, it's like, are we even going to get the 6 wins? But I kind of forgot a little bit how hard the schedule was, KB. The Saints were supposed to be a team we can beat. The Saints were not supposed to be a team that beat us like this because that second half of the football game, they dominated. They dominated. They were better coached, and their players had more discipline. First of all, I got to give credit where credit is due. I don't want to sit here and talk about just how ass the Giants are and make it seem like the Saints didn't do anything right. Throughout this entire season, the Saints, despite being winless until they came up against us, in every single one of their games, it's not like they were like the 0-16 Lions, bro. They were competitive for the most part. I got to give a shout out to Kellen Moore. I'm somebody that never believed in him. I'm going to come out and say it. All the way back to when he was in Dallas, I was just like, I don't see what everybody's seeing. And then I think he was with the Eagles. What a freaking division hopper that was. Jesus, from Dallas to the Eagles. He's a head coach. I know he just got his first win, but like I said, in every game, you kind of look through the Saints so far this season. It's not like they've been getting beat like handedly.
They were close against the Bills. They kept it close with the Bills. They were competitive in that game. Credit
to him and credit to his players, because this second half being down 14-6, it's not like it's a insurmountable, impossible lead to come back from. I mean, they came back from it, but even then, it's not like it's the biggest lead to come back from. But it's still a, I think that's a 2-score lead.
At one point, it was a 14-3 game.
Yeah,
it was 14-3.
And it looks so good, KB. We scored on our first 2 drives, touchdowns, and
Jackson looked really good.
Our defense held them to just 2 field goals.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, you're right. Jackson Dart, he didn't look bad. Matter of fact, with the little positives we got, I'll say my stuff with the defensive side, and I guess you could talk about Mr. Jackson Dart, the future of the franchise as it stands right now. I still don't like the play calling. I still think the play calling is bad, but once again, that first half, you as a defense, you hold a team to just 2 field goals to 6 points. It was good. I think it was a step back from last week. I don't know, something about the play calling, and I'm not somebody that has the time.
No, yeah, you're right. I think you're right.
To go through all these snaps, but something about the play calling to me felt like it was a step back from last week. I feel like they had a better rotation, especially on the defensive line last week, and teams they know to target our secondary because this is the weakest point in our defense. But
I think we had like a 12% blitz rate last week. It's insane. It was terrible. And shout out Carl Banks. I just say I give my 2 cents really quick and I'll let you continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because just before I forget, but shout out Carl Banks. I was talking to him. If you guys want to talk to Carl Banks, do it at like 1 a.m. He responds. He's up at 1 a.m. I don't know what he's doing. Unca's up late, but he always responds to me at like 1 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was going back and forth, and he's putting on his cape for the Giants. Shout out to him. I just respect that he even talks to us, but he keeps saying that the defense is doing the right thing and he likes the defensive scheme and stuff like that. And I was like, everybody's against him. Like nobody, and I get it. He's a former player. He played for the Giants. He's a borderline Hall of Famer and like 2-time Super Bowl champion. And he's talking about the Giants, and I don't see how what they're doing is sustainable. Yes, they're playing not to lose. They're playing bend but don't break defenses. And Vic Fangio is a guy that like is like perfected that, and he's one of the best to ever do it. But not everybody could do that, and Shane Bowen clearly cannot. And I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, but they only scored 1 touchdown on offense, and the rest were field goals." I get it, but if you see it, we can do so much more. Well, my point is we can do so much more with what we have, and we just don't have it. Nick Filato went out on Twitter, and Carl Banks disagreed. They're having back and forth as we speak right now. But Nick Filato brought up a great point. They're like, bro, they're so frustrated because look at the defensive line that we have, and we're not blitzing. We are not doing any creative stunts. We're not putting these guys in position to succeed, and we're leaving our secondary on an island because we constantly keep rushing forward. We can be so much of a better defense if it wasn't for Shane Bowen and his defensive play calling and his defensive scheme, because it's terrible.
I know, I agree completely with you. And before we get completely negative, here are the positives from the defense from the first half. They have 6 tackles for loss in the first half. Darius Alexander showed up mostly in the first half.
He's developing.
He had a slow start, but it looks like he's coming on how we expected him to come on.
He has the highest pressure rate for any rookie inside defensive lineman, which is crazy because he just started getting a lot of more reps.
I was going to say that, like, over the course of the season so far?
I think no, hold on. I think that's either this week or
I would believe this week. 100% I would believe this week.
I have to double check.
The season so far would be kind of crazy because, as you said, he's only just started to come on like that.
He's only just getting more reps, yeah.
Yeah. Dexter Lawrence was a presence in the first half, and he didn't practice all week. And like we were getting 3 and outs. We were doing good on second down. We were doing good on third down. We were good in the red zone. And it all just went away in the second half. It started with and I guess you know what? No. I can't get into negatives just yet. Talk about the positives.
It's hard to say. It's hard to talk about positives when you have a game like that.
For the first half, talk about the positives of Jackson Dart. You were the one that brought it up. Go ahead. Because we know negatives when we get to it.
Yeah, Jackson looked good. Like, here's the thing. Okay, I don't want to make this a negative. I'm going to talk about positive Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart does a lot. He commands a lot of attention from a defense. Just commands it because he can sling it, because I'm not going to say he doesn't have a rocket at all. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Jackson Dart has the strongest arm. I high-key think that
2 weeks in a row, I think as somebody that was there in person last week, and then what we saw on TV this week, in my opinion, and people are going to do whatever, they have their opinion, I think he had 2 straight weeks of like underthrows, or he just doesn't have the power to get the ball.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think the ball comes out with a lot of velocity. I think Daniel Jones has a better arm than him. Sorry.
And Daniel doesn't even have the biggest arm.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Because Daniel doesn't necessarily have a noodle arm, and neither does Jackson. I just think that the ball comes out with a lot more velocity. Like, it comes out faster. Like, it gets there faster with Daniel Jones. But we're going to talk about the positives. He commands a lot from the defense because he is a threat running the ball and throwing it out the pocket, and we've seen a bit of that. I wanted to see more of that in this game, but we've seen a little bit of that. And to his credit, he had a deep throw downfield that was a beautiful throw to Darius Slay, and unfortunately it was dropped. We'll talk about that more in the negative side. But as far as Jackson Dart goes, aside from the collapse in the second half, I think he was doing exactly what he needed to do. Christopher Moody brought it up. Perfect point. It's his footwork. We'll get into that in negatives, Christopher. Don't worry. I was going to bring that up in the negatives. But Jackson Dart did everything he was commanded to do. They simplified the offense, so guys, don't think they're going to go through deep all the time like Russell Wilson did, because this offense is not the same offense that Russell Wilson was working with. This is a very simplified, more college-style throw and go type of offense. And he was making all the correct reads and did what he needed to do. And again, he did not look flustered in the first half. He did not look flustered. He did what he needed to do. He ran with confidence, and I love that they have these design runs for him. And guess what, guys? He was sliding. He started to slide.
You know what? You're right. In the first
half, he was sliding.
I think in the first half, that was when he stopped as well. Like on that second and long, was that not in the first half? Maybe it wasn't, but yeah, he slid for a little bit.
For a little bit.
How do we have
that's an improvement, because last week he didn't slide at all.
Bro, how do we have 2 straight quote-unquote franchise quarterbacks that don't know or just don't want to slide, bro? Daniel didn't want to do it. And
hey, the guys that we bring in are tough, smart, and dependable, brother.
Well, but listen, tough, smart, dependable is under Brian Daboll. But I guess, you know what? I'll give that to Daniel Jones. He was a tough, smart, dependable. No, he was tough and smart. I don't know about dependable. But that's about it for the positives, I think, right? Oh, Cam Skattebo, another good Skattebo game, not as prolific as week 3 against the Chargers. But, you know, he had another good game. I think so far he's continuing to show that of this running back group, he's the best. That doesn't say much, and I'm trying not to sound like a hater, guys. We just don't have a great running back group. It is what it is. Tyron Tracy, hopefully when healthy, can actually form a nice little duo between him and Scat, because, yeah, like teams are already like stopping him when they need to. It's literally Scat or bust, because Singletary, and we're gonna get into this during the funeral march. Like, I don't know why the hell he's still on the team. I would have preferred Singletary. He has like one good run, and then for the rest of the game, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage, or he gets a loss of yards.
He just doesn't have that second gear anymore. He has good vision, and you could see when I was watching Carl Banks and Bob Papa, the Believe podcast, whatever they do, you know, they were bringing it up with Devin Singletary, and it's like, he's a smart runner. He's the best pass blocker that we have, and I think that's why they still have him there, because Cam is all right, but he's a rookie. Like, you don't want to put all that weight on a rookie. And so he's a smart runner and all that stuff. Devin Singletary is. He finds the holes. He understands zone running. The problem is that he doesn't have that second gear anymore. He doesn't have that second gear anymore, where if he goes to the second level, he's going to take off. Like, he doesn't have that anymore. So that's what it is.
But That's about the positives.
Yeah,
The
that's
negatives,
pretty much it.
Let's start with the fumbles. How about we start with that?
The Diddy
I've
ball.
never seen a game where 3 straight drives or 3 straight fumbles. And one of them, it wasn't
you know what's
really even
crazy?
a fumble. One of them, it looked like Jackson Dart literally handed them the football, bro.
You know what's crazy?
I was watching that game live, and I'm like, he just gifted it.
You know what's crazy? We had 4 fumbles in that game. We had 4 fumbles. Daniel Bellinger fumbled it at the 1 yard line in the opening drive, but it came when it went out, it wound up as a catch and fumble. So what the hell was on that ball? What, like, for real? It had to have been some Diddy oil, bro. It had to have been some baby oil. That ball took part in a freak off or two. All right.
Forget the flake gate. This is oil gate.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I don't know what was on that ball, but they could not hold on to that thing. It wasn't on the
ball, KB. Oh my God, we're stupid. It wasn't on the ball. They put it on Jackson Dart's gloves in halftime. So that's why he fumbled. That's why when he's passing it to these dudes, they can't keep a hand on it.
Oh my God, it's nuts. It's nuts. Then you had the Darius drop. Devin Singletary dropped an easy like little screen swing pass. Yeah. Like drops, fumbles. Oh God, it was bad, man.
The Slayton drop, that was before the fumble, I think, right?
The Slayton drop was in the first quarter. Yeah, it was before everything went down. That's when things, honestly, that was the third drive. That drive, if Slayton catches that, we have potentially going up 24.
23. Oh, 24. That would have been 21, I mean.
21-3.
Yeah.
I believe that's on the... Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. That was the third drive, or was that the second drive?
Was it that early, KB? I don't know. Was it that early? I feel like it was like not too long before the drop. But
here, I could just look up Slayton drop. I could just look up Slayton drop on Twitter. Someone's gonna clip it. Somebody must have clipped it.
While he pulls that up, I know the Slayton drop happened before the fumbles, and like KB said, it was almost like a precursor to everything that was gonna happen. Because the Slayton drop happened, it killed the drive. Yeah, go ahead.
Never mind. That was the fumble. Never mind.
Slayton drop happened, killed the drive. You guys know listen, KB could be the level-headed one for us. I could be the fan connected to the lowest of the fans, and connecting to the highest of the fans. Because as soon as that Slayton drop happened, I took to Twitter. I was like, Giants Titans, all off season long, we're on Twitter talking about Darius Slayton as a good number 2. Oh yeah, he's worth the 11 million, the 12 million we gave him. As if we haven't watched this man for the past 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Cost us games because of this. And then he follows it up. Was he the first fumble, KB?
Was he the first? Slayton was the first fumble. But the drop. All right, so check this out. The drop and fumble were on the same drive. So if Slayton catches that, we're looking at 21-13. I'm sorry. It happened towards it was one of the last drives in the second quarter, right before halftime. So it would have been 21-13. I would say. I think we would have scored a touchdown. I'm sorry. I just think we were slicing up their defense. It was that drop where everything just went downhill. And then Slayton on the same drive catches a slant, thinks that he can tough guy 2 guys, and then drops the ball. He had the first fumble.
Jackson Dart has a fumble that, once again, to me, it looks like he literally just kind of handed the D lineman the ball. And then Cam Scadaboo had a fumble as well.
At the goal line. That's a 14-point swing. Like, forget all the fumbles, right? Forget the Slayton, Jackson Dart, because one thing that the Saints, you have to congratulate the Saints on, and we'll give props to the Saints on, they scored on every single one of their turnovers. They scored off of turnovers, which is good. Whether it was a touchdown or field goal, they scored. So props to them, but take away all those other fumbles and just focus on the Cam Scadaboo one. That kills a game. That's a 14-point swing. Cam Scadaboo was on his way to scoring. The Giants offense were on their way to scoring, and instantly, they were at the 5-yard line. Instantly, it goes 7 points the other way. That will kill a team. Kill a team. The odds are you're not coming back from that. And so, with all of that other stuff into account, the 2 interceptions, the 3 fumbles, there's no way you're going to win that game. You beat yourselves. They beat themselves, honestly. Yeah. But here's the thing. It's the same deal that happened versus the Chargers. The Chargers are a better team. And what happened? We took advantage of their mistakes, their turnovers. We scored, I believe we had 10 points off of their turnovers. We scored a touchdown off the first one, I believe, and a field goal off their second one with the Chargers. That's 10 points. We scored. And those 10 points helped us win the game. Same thing with the Saints. We are a better team than the Saints. I think we are a better team than the Saints. And they scored on all their turnovers. I believe all their turnovers. All their fumbles, at least. All their fumbles, at least. I don't know about their interception. I can't remember. But their fumbles, they took advantage of with 2 field goals and a touchdown.
That goes back to what I said earlier. The Saints were better. I think that comes down to stuff like being better coached, being more disciplined. Just being better, not necessarily better prepared, but I think better coached and better disciplined. And that's not to say, because you fumble, it means you're an undisciplined player. But when the entire team starts
happening, when it keeps happening and you keep having penalties, the Giants lead the league in yards and penalties.
We're the most not penalized, but like the most like yards, as KB just said. We lead the league in penalties, the yards from penalties, man. And that goes back to preparation. It goes back to my stuff. It goes back to one of my main things that I hate with Brian Daboll, which like to me points to you not being a good coach. Like that being one of the things that your team is known for. And then in a game like against the Saints, you beat yourself completely and you just choke so hard after having a nice lead up. And then let's get back on the defensive side of the ball now. Yeah, the Saints scored on all the turnovers, but our defense went from being able to hold them off in the first half to not knowing how to play coverage in the second half. Of course, it was opened up, I think, in the first half with the Rashid Shaheed 87-yard touchdown. You want another league-leading stat? I think that's the longest touchdown of the season so far.
Oh, is that really? Oh, God.
I think that's also the longest touchdown the Saints have had since Drew Brees were their starting quarterback.
You know what's crazy? Oh, my God, that's crazy. Do you know what's insane? Is that if you listen, of course, you can't take it away because that's a big gash on their defense. You take away that 87-yard touchdown, I think we win the game. Like, it's crazy to say. I think we win the game because, first of all, that was the only, if I'm not mistaken, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, that is the only touchdown they scored on offense. They went up 3, 10, 13, 16, 18, 26. And the last touchdown was a fumble, was a scoop and score. That's their only touchdown they scored. And it was off of the Giants not blitzing, not getting pressure on the quarterback. And, I know we're jumping around, but shout out to Spencer Rattler. I was not familiar with your game, brother. That man gets the ball out so freaking quick and zips it. Talk about a guy with an arm. The last time I even watched Spencer Rattler actually play was when he was at Oklahoma, when I thought he was coming out in the draft like freaking 6 years ago. Like that guy's always talking about he's coming out in the draft. He got out the ball out so quick that the Giants barely, like, under the pressures for the defensive line, they barely had any pressures. Brian Burns had one. I think Darius Alexander had the most pressures, I think. Bro, he got the ball out so quick. He didn't have time. We didn't have time to get to him. So shout out to them.
Shout out to him. He confirmed what you're saying. That was their only offensive touchdown. So you're not wrong. That didn't even cross my mind that was their only offensive touchdown. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What in the world? Oh my God!
They failed in the red zone every single time they had to put up field goals.
And you know what? I guess I'll switch back a little bit to giving credit to our defense. Still though, like it wasn't like our defense played great. Still though, I think our defense regressed. Oh my God! Let's get back onto the offensive side of the ball then, KB. Turnovers. The first Jackson, I don't know if it was the first one, but the one where he tried to pull a Patrick Mahomes, he tried to pull a Josh Allen, he tried to pull a prime Aaron Rodgers. As soon as he did that, in my mind, I was like, no, bro, don't do this, bro. You don't got you.
Which one? The interception,
in you, bro. The one where he like rolled out, threw across his body.
The 4th down and 6.
Yeah. I was like, no, don't do this, bro. Like, you don't got that in your game, bro. Not yet.
You know
bro.
what's
like,
crazy?
What are you doing?
You know what's crazy? That's one of the ones. That's my last clip on that short. He had, and I even said it in the short. Bo Collins is open, and listen, I don't want you throwing to Bo Collins, but he was open at the first down marker.
Wait. You don't want him throwing to Bo Collins. Bo Collins is the dude he had chemistry with in the preseason. You do want him throwing to Bo Collins. What the hell?
But Bo Collins,
his guy.
But it's fucking Bo Collins.
Why
is he on my team right now?
Why didn't he throw to
It's crazy. It's it's crazy how Malik Neighbors goes down, and we are so screwed at wide receiver after that. Like Neighbors, how bad do you are the Giants at managing their roster that Malik Neighbors goes down and automatically an undrafted free agent wide receiver who the Giants are trying to develop just gets thrown into a game? I liked Bo Collins in the preseason. He should not be playing this early on the season. I don't care if Malik Neighbors went down. He should not be in the lineup. And then it's either Bo Collins or fucking Jalen Hyatt, he's ass. Jalen Hyatt, they try to force Jalen Hyatt the ball so many times because he can't run a route either way, and they throw a 9 route to him, and he still can't come up with the ball. And you're talking about, I'm a dog, he's so good. Bro, oh my God, man. Jalen freaking Hyatt, get this guy off my team. I can't stand every time they throw him the ball because they're like, oh, here, we're going to give him another shot. And I get it. Listen, as a flag football player, right? As a veteran flag football player, I understand what it's like not getting listen, I understand what it's like.
Start off with that.
Listen, just listen what I'm saying. I'm going to bring this in. I understand what it's like when you don't get thrown the ball, and then all of a sudden you get one opportunity and you don't get it, and then it keeps constantly happening over and over. You're just not going to catch the ball because you're not getting in a rhythm. You need to get in a rhythm. I get that with Jalen Hyatt. But what else are they to do? You do one thing, and you run in a straight line. That's all you do. And you got people saying, why are you throwing Jalen Hyatt a slant? He can't run it. He can't he can run it. Obviously, if you're a wide receiver in the league, you better be able to run a 3-step slant. The thing is, he does not get open. He has no explosiveness off his release, so corners will just jump on the slant, and then boom, it's a pick 6 to the end zone. So they have to just throw him the ball on a 9 route, but he can't create separation because he has a terrible release game. Get Jalen Hyatt off my team, bro. Why does Malik Neighbors have to go down, and then Jalen Hyatt is our, number 3 wide receiver, and then behind him is Bo Collins, and we got Lil Jordan Humphrey just sitting on the practice squad, bro?
Listen.
KB is the Jalen Hyatt on my team.
That's what he just told us. If you took anything away from that long rant that KB just said, he says he relates to him. He is the Jalen Hyatt.
I understand. Early on in my flag career, a couple teams ago, I was at that point where guys would throw me the ball once a game and I wouldn't come up with it, and boom, they don't throw me the ball the rest of the game. I can't even get in a rhythm. I understand that. But it's like, bro, you can only do one thing though. Why are you saying, oh, everybody's defending him, I'm not giving up on Jalen Hyatt. Bro, name me another receiver in the NFL that is literally just a one-trick pony and has a successful career. I can't name you one. I really can't. Even guys like Marquise Goodwin can run better routes than Jalen Hyatt. Marquise Goodwin was literally known to be just a burner because he's a track star, but he can run routes. He can threat the middle of the field. Jalen Hyatt cannot do it. He can't.
Listen. You brought up, and I'm surprised we didn't talk about this last week because last week the Neighbors injury happened, but you brought up Malik Neighbors goes down, and then this is where we're at with the wide receiver core. This is the 3rd time the Neighbors thing has happened. Maybe we did talk about it, KB, with the Neighbors injuries, bro. Listen, we overused Odell, and there's other factors, but when you run Odell into the ground, he gets injured. Probably don't run your next star player into the ground. There's other factors for sure. Got Saquon, ran him into the ground, gets injured. Probably don't let your entire offense be the weight on this dude's shoulders. Get Malik Neighbors. Other factors involved, sure. But when you force feed him the ball too much, because there is a limit, and you got them doing all this stuff out there, but you think the Giants would learn at some point, and you think the management would learn, and just our second receiver being Darius Slayton. And Darius Slayton,
he might not play this week.
You need to get the hell off of Twitter, brother. All right? If you don't like me calling you brother,
he's talking on Twitter?
I don't care. No, I'm just saying. You spend too much time on Twitter for how ass of a wide receiver you are.
That is true.
You spend too much time on Twitter responding to fans. And you know what's funny? He does it in a joking way, because Darius Slayton's a nice dude. I can't even hate on Darius Slayton the person.
Bro, I love his demeanor. I love his demeanor.
Such a cool
He's
as a cucumber ass dude.
Bro, he
But
really
as
reminds
a
me of
player-
Diggy. Does he not? Does he not remind you? Forget about how he looks. Doesn't he remind you of Diggy?
I was gonna say he looks like Diggy, but like you're not wrong.
He
They
looks like
kinda have
Diggy,
the
and
same
he has that
calm demeanor, bro.
humble, calm demeanor.
Oh my
tone.
god, this is why, bro. Diggy, get off the field, bro. Stay off the grass, bro. Stay off the turf. Get
Yo,
back
you
to
know
your
what's funny?
computer, bro.
You know what's funny?
Get back to your
I was
computer.
about to jump in Diggy, like, because Diggy was live after I saw that he was live after I finished my live. I was gonna jump in there. I said, we need to get your ass off the field. What the fuck you dropping the ball for?
Bro, Toe said he needs to catch the ball before he crashes out. Toe, he needs to get the hell off. He needs to retire. Yo, Diggy.
Yeah, hey, shout out Diggy, guys. Shout out
Yo,
Diggy, bro. That's
Darius
the dog.
Slayton, Diggy, it's time to become a family man. All right, it's time. It's time.
It's time to hang it up, Diggy.
You got more career earnings than like 80 to 90% of America, buddy. It's time to become a family man. All right, Darius Slayton, great dude, but you're so ass. You make me so angry. And like I was saying before, you're not good enough to be talking to fans on Twitter. And remember when he quoted Entertainer like a couple months ago or something because he
I thought that was
insulting
crazy.
him.
You know what's funny? He never gets personal. Like he never feels like he never has his feelings hurt like that. Darius Slayton. He can get a little sparky versus Daniel Jones when he was here. Like he'll defend his teammates. He's never really come at people about himself. He's never done that. And I don't even think Tana was even wrong. Like
because the tweet was literally just. It was literally basically Malik Neighbors is like our first 1,000-yard receiver, basically, in like however long. That was basically the tweet.
And nobody comes close to like. And then Tana wound up getting proved right because look what happened after Malik Neighbors went down. Our wide receivers are not a threat at all.
And we'll get into why that is in the next section. But what were the negatives from Jackson Dart in the second half, KB? We talked about his positives in the first half.
Okay.
In the second half, go ahead.
I've only watched a couple of film plays and stuff like that, so I can't give you like a full analysis breakdown or anything like that. But however, there were a couple of plays I've noticed he just held the ball too long. You know, there were plenty of times where he held the ball, and it all happened in the second half when things started falling apart. And I think that the mental clock, like you could definitely tell he's a rookie. That's probably the first time you could actually say like. That's a rookie moment right there from a rookie quarterback. Like there are plenty of times in the second half where he pulls the ball, he's not reading the field all the way, getting through all of his progressions. There was a play that was controversial that Authentic brought up. Shout out Authentic. He brought it up where there was a backside dig opening up, and Jackson Dart just either didn't trust himself or didn't want to see it, didn't see it. They didn't even try to throw that ball because either he wasn't confident or he wasn't reading the field all the way because that was the last progression. There were plenty of times like that. The 4th down and 6, he could have thrown it to Bo Collins. He played hero ball, tried to put it all on the field himself, and threw it into double coverage like Russell Wilson, you know. But there were a lot of points like that. Obviously, the fumble is not great. The first interception, not great. I'm not going to blame the second interception on him because that was Bo Collins. Bo Collins just stopped he stopped running the route. Like, he just stopped. Like there was a penalty on the field or something like that. Like, he just stopped. I don't know what the hell that was. But, you know, and Jackson Dart just threw it to where he was going to be, and it was Kool-Aid McKinstry. So,
The guy on the screen right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's pretty much it. I want to see Jackson Dart prove to be more of a leader, and maybe I'm asking too much of a rookie, but I want you to be more of a leader during the game. I know he's young, emotions take over. I want to see you pump everybody up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was down in the dumps, very like Cam Newton like, you know, just like you're losing the game, you're getting demolished, you cause a turnover or two, and now you're hanging your head. You're not talking to your teammates, your offensive line, your receivers, like a lot of leaders do, a lot of quarterbacks do. You're not going out there and try to motivate your team to go back out there on the next drive and try to win this game. You know, I want to see more of that from Jackson Dart. It's good to see that he takes full responsibility at the like, you know, after the game is over. That's nice and dandy, and it's good for PR.
But it's also the bare minimum.
It is also the bare minimum. And I mentioned this, like, Jackson Dart said that he went to all his teammates after the game and said, like, this is completely on me and I'll be better. The thing is, I know, like, I expect my quarterback to say that, but it wasn't completely on him. And you could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell. Here's the thing. I do like that Jackson Dart was looked like upset at his team, because there was a drive in particular. It was the drive that they wound up fumbling on, where Darius Slayton drops the ball, right? Jackson Dart looks frustrated. He's like, bro, how can you drop that? Like, that was a dime. You know what I mean? You could see because the camera keeps zooming up on his face. Then he tries to throw a swing pass to no. Then it was the run. He took off and run because nobody was open, and he got up and told something to Jalen Hyatt. Said something to Jalen Hyatt. He looked up dead in his face and said something to Jalen Hyatt. I guess Jalen Hyatt, everybody said that he had no effort on the block. I don't know if he ran the wrong route, and then Jackson Dart had to run, whatever. He was upset at Jalen Hyatt. First, he was upset at Slayton, then upset at Jalen Hyatt. Then the next play, Devin Singletary drops the swing pass, and he literally goes, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me? And so he drops the ball. Devin Singletary just prances back along to the huddle, and then the Darius Slayton fumble happened. And then he was upset, and then he was just hanging his head. Then he fumbles. Everybody's, patting him on the shoulder. He hangs his head even more, and from there on, he was out of it. Like, to be honest with you, Jackson Dart was out of it in that game. I want to see him more verbal, more uplifting as the quarterback of the team. No matter if everyone around you is messing up or you're even messing up, I got to see that during the game, not after the game, because it's nice and dandy you take responsibility after the game, but that doesn't help you in that game. During the game, you got to be out there and you got to be the leader out there. I know he doesn't have a C on his chest, but he should be the leader no matter what.
And I'll be honest with you, KB, as a casual fan looking at these players, when it comes to everybody saying, oh, he's a leader on the team, and usually people mean vocal leader and stuff like that, I do wonder sometimes, because he is a rookie, I do wonder sometimes if 99% of the team is looking at him like, who does this guy think he is? Like, yeah, we get you were the first-round pick quarterback, but calm it down, young fella. We've been here before. We've been asked for a long time. We don't need you to tell us that we're asked, or we don't need you to try and pick up for us. And maybe once again, that's just a casual fan take. But sometimes I wonder that. Sometimes I wonder, you really have to earn that leadership spot. It can't just be given to you. And that's kind of what happens a lot with young first-round pick QBs. I'm not saying that's what's going on with the Giants, but I feel like that will be part of him growing as a leader, like you're saying, what you want him to be doing and what you expect out of him in the future. I feel like all that's part of just growth and then him earning that title.
I guarantee you, morale goes a long way. Morale cannot be measured. It can't be, looked at or analyzed or broke down. But morale goes a long way. When you have a quarterback that you can get behind and you support wholeheartedly. Look what Jaden Daniels did. You know what I mean? Like, that offense plays for him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They go out on the field and leave it all out there for him because he's a leader out there. Look at Drake May right now. Look what Drake May is doing with that offense right now, because he's going out there and leading that team. It does so much when you're a young quarterback, even if you're a rookie, and you go out there and uplift everybody and say, yo, forget about what just happened, shake it off, let's go out there on the next drive and let's go punch him in the mouth, bro. Like, people are going to, your offensive lineman especially, be like, yo, I got to protect this kid with my life. He wants to go out there and win it. I'm going to put it all in his hands. That's what I want to see from Jackson Dart. I don't want to see him hanging his head, sitting down on the freaking bench, not talking to anybody on the sideline while the defense is out there busting their ass off of turnovers. You know what I mean? So I want to see him be more vocal. I don't care if he has a C on his chest or not.
Listen, I'm going to switch to the second topic because, kind of the recap goes hand in hand with us talking about Brian Daboll, Joe Schoen, and the state of the Giants. Before I do that, it was just the second Instagram reel I found. And guys, I don't really hide who I find these things from. If I find them funny, you guys see what the account is, go over there and follow them because it's hilarious. Whoever Nabil Shahir is, I hope I'm saying that right. And it's so funny. Look, we got Authentic himself actually commented on this. This was hilarious.
It's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls.
Listen, laughter is the best medicine, dog. That's all I gotta say.
That's like the Justin Silva, pretending to drink bleach thing, and
yeah. Laughter is the best medicine. That's all I gotta say, guys. And laughter might be the best medicine. but I don't know if there's any. Me. You know what? For a bit.
To my dying franchise. You will be missed.
You are missed. You will be.
You are missed.
You are
yeah,
missed.
you've been missed.
You've been missed. For about 15 years now, you've been missed.
Who's Tay-Tay?
I remember the days. I
says who's
remember the
Tay-Tay.
days. I remember growing up as a youngin. I remember this man right here. This man right here. He brought me so many memories. He brought me championships. He brought me glory. Oh, the song is him.
The song.
John Mayer, please retire. What's his name? Is it Tim? Tim, please. If I say what I want you to do, I get banned off YouTube. Retire. Chris Mara, please. Leave my franchise alone.
John Mara, sell the team
alone. They're gone, bro. They're gone. Guys, it's done. I don't know who's still holding out.
It's so
faith.
unfortunate, man.
The crazy part is they should have been gone like 6 months ago. This is always the worst type of scenario to end up with a team that's just in the bottom of the depths like the Giants. They've been rebuilding for a while. They can't figure it out. They get a GM and head coach finally on the same timeline. That doesn't work out, it looks like. But at the same time, you're like, you know what? We kind of want to stick it out with them because they never really got to, to draft their own quarterback. Because I hate when people say they never got to pick their own quarterback. They did. They re-signed Daniel Jones when he was going to be an unrestricted free agent, and there was other choices of QBs. They did get to pick their own quarterback, but they didn't get to draft them. All right, whatever, tomato. And then you're just like, you know what? We're actually in position, but you should have let them go for two major reasons. One, the defense and who they hired to be the defense coordinator after the head coach ran the old defensive coordinator out of town. And two, literally the worst season in franchise history. This team, and the third reason, KB, we talk about it all the time. The amount of talent this team has bled. It almost feels like we lost more talent than we've gained since they stepped in here. Because in terms of wins, it's basically in the same spot it was where they found it. But you look, just off the top of my head, obviously the two obvious ones, Saquon, McKinney. But you also got Leo. You also got Julian Love. You also got, dare I say, should I say it? Darren Waller? Because he's on a comeback of some sort. Like, what the hell?
To be fair, Darren Waller was always good with he was good with us. It's just that we expected him to be like number one guy, and that was the 2023 season. I mean, that season was ass. But
but
he never scored. He never scored a touchdown with us, right?
Oh my God, he had the Kenny Galladay curse too. Although
he never scored a touchdown with us.
Jesus Christ!
And then he has 3 already.
Yeah,
dude just came back after taking a season off.
He took a season off. He made.
He retired. Didn't he retire?
He retired. That's how he got off our roster because he retired.
Oh God.
We genuinely
needed money. The rock career didn't work out. He needed money.
I think we're the new Cleveland Browns, and that saddens me. Players retired. KB, I can't believe I missed probably the most not important, but the person when you think about them, you should think about the New York Giants alone player of all. Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard retired because we quote unquote, we were supposed to have drafted his replacement in Wan'Dale Robinson. And then he unretires with Tampa Bay. And it's not like he was.
Did he unretire? I thought he was just a free agent.
Didn't he retire when he was with us? Oh no, you're right. He was. There was talks of him retiring. He never.
Yeah. There was talk because he kept getting hurt with the head injuries. Yeah. But I don't think he retired.
Now, he's not what he was in his
and that one hurt my heart because I love Sterling Shepard.
He's a good player with Tampa Bay. Sterling Shepard is a Giant through and through, But it pains me because he might be remembered more as a Buccaneer when it's all said and done at the end of his career.
What he would have been. He would have been our like this new era Amani Toomer, where like the rest of the NFL doesn't really look at him as a top receiver, but as a Giants, as a Giants receiver, like he would have been up there for as a receiver if he would have stood healthy.
The loss of talent wouldn't hurt so much if the people you're replacing them are literally just shells of what the talent that you lost is. Like I said, quotes around Wan'Dale Robinson. You guys know at this point, I'm not a big fan of Wan'Dale. I never really have been, but like. That's the guy to replace Sterling Shepard? No, it can't be. Because Wan'Dale looks ineffective on the field way too many times. He looks like he's a non-factor on the field way too many times for me to compare him to Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard was without Odell for a great part of his career, and he was still a really effective wide receiver for the New York Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson needs Malik Neighbors out there for him to truly be used properly. And then even then, it's like a 50-50 chance going into the game if he's going to have like more than 40 receiving yards or not.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the replacements. Oh my God! I know this game, KB. If there's one thing you were cheering for, I saw everybody cut Tyler Nubin's ass because of his bad angles. Everybody was cutting on that man.
Oh my God! Again, shout out to Carl Banks, but he is running so much defense for. I wish I could pull up the play. Oh my God! Tyler Nubin got his ass smoked there. I could break it down really quick, but basically. You got a motion play for Rashid Shaheed. He motions out, and then he becomes the number 2 guy in the slot. And so he goes and he runs a post corner. It's a quarters defense. So you got Adebo taking the deep quarter, Tyler Nubin taking a deep quarter, other safety, I think it's Holland taking a deep quarter at the end. So you have it's cover 4 pretty much. And Adebo takes the short receiver who's on a curl route, whoever that was. He takes the short receiver. Tyler Nubin then needs to take the half of that field, take the deep half of that field because Adebo went short. And he takes he bites on the post when you have Javon Hollins right next to you. You have Javon Hollins. You don't need to bite on the post. You stay outside, man. And then he bites on the post, almost runs into Holland. And then he goes out, boom, 87-yard touchdown. Tyler Nubin is so ass. And I don't take no pride in saying I told you guys so, but I've been saying he was ass since last year when everybody was saying, "Oh, but KB, he's second on the team in tackling." Bro, he is terrible, and I'm glad people are seeing it now because it's gonna force enough media attention and public attention that they find a way to get rid of his ass so fast, bro. Go sign a safety or so. Go draft a better safety, whatever. I don't care.
You signed Javon Holland.
Yeah, but Javon Holland is a free safety. Tyler Nubin is supposed to be that hard-hitting, strong safety that can stop the run, bro. He takes the worst angles I've ever seen. He's a liability in coverage because he's very slow. I don't care about his instincts. If you can't get there in time.
I got a name for you. You need a hard-hitting, strong-hitting safety. Brother. Your guy.
Who?
Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers!
That's the guy we need.
Yeah, I think he's with the Steelers right now.
And everything we're saying right now is, by the way, just more why Joe Schoen is gone. Because I've said countless times again, Joe Schoen came in here. One of the strengths of the team was the defensive line. It's not one of the weaknesses because behind Dexter Lawrence, we don't really have anybody. Granted, now it seems like Darius Alexander is coming on. Still, I don't think that's necessarily the as good as our run defending interior as you'd want. Another strength of our team when Joe Schoen came here, KB, wasn't the secondary, but was the safety room. And that's quickly gone down the drain as well. Man, oh man.
Yo, bro, Jabril Peppers is how I found KB.
Yo. Bro, I want you to speak on this because not necessarily you're a defender, but you are somebody, including myself. I wanted Brian Daboll to work out too, but it hurts your heart.
It hurts my heart.
But you got to give us right now the reasons that he's gone, bro. I want you to give me the reasons he should not stay at all. He should not survive the chopping block.
You know what's crazy? His biggest thing, and people may not think this, his biggest thing is not being prepared to come into these games with his roster.
And not being prepared to come into the year. I've brought it up time and time again.
Why on earth, we could talk about the kicker situation, whatever. Why on earth do you constantly are short-manned on multiple positions going into the week. We have less than 53 players on the roster right now. You can just sign one to the active roster. I'm sure that cap does not make a difference there. You're not worried about the cap hit. It was like I think it was like $40,000 to bring somebody onto the practice, bring somebody onto the active roster or something like that. It's nothing to the NFL. And why are you going in with? And this is falls on Joe Shane as well, but like, you're going into the game with Darius Slayton and Wandale. Like now we're gonna be going into this Eagles game with
Slayton
no
is out,
Darius
I think, right
Slayton.
now.
Yeah, Darius Slayton has not practiced in 2 days, so he's gonna be doubtful going into this game. Probably gonna be out. But even so, in this game, you're short wide receivers, and you have Jalen Hyatt as your number 3 guy, and you don't even throw him the ball anyway, and you don't promote Lil Jordan Humphrey to the active roster? For what? Because you're trying to give Bo Collins and Jalen Hyatt a chance? Bo Collins showed you enough. He's not ready. He's not ready for the moment yet. It's week 5. Why is an undrafted free agent receiver who we just like him? He hasn't shown anything. He has more drops in the preseason than he did catches. Why are we throwing him out there in week 5 already? Did you sleep on the Saints and say, oh, it's just the Saints, let's see what the guys have? Bro, you fucked around and lost the game. So you had a little Jordan Humphrey, who, by the way, would have been a great time for him to show his stuff against the team that he used to be on. He used to be a New Orleans Saint. I think that's the team that he started with. So that makes no sense. Not being prepared with wide receivers. You had 2 running backs all year. Again, they screwed themselves with a running back situation because I know they don't like Turbo Miller. I can tell they don't like Turbo Miller. And Turbo Miller is not good. I don't like him. I don't want him to be a running back 3. But that's who you have in the practice squad. Him and Jonathan, he's a free agent. Jonathan something. But I liked him better in from the preseason. But they're not that good to just throw them as a running back 3 and have a rotation there. Like, you're not prepared. You are not prepared. And Tyrone Tracy, we don't know what's going on with him. Is he going to play in this game? I don't know. But, like, they're not prepared. The roster looks... Finally, the offensive line is not something we're worried about, but then we're worried about everybody else. Like, we can never get not only the 3 phases working at the same time, but even individual position groups on a phase working at the same time. Like, now the offensive line is good, and we're wasting them because everybody else can't do their jobs, and that all falls on Brian Daboll not being prepared for the game. And again, I can't really show you situational stuff that causes Brian Daboll to be a bad coach.
You don't need to talk about situational stuff, KB. Expand on this point that I'm going to make with Brian Daboll. We talk about preparation. That's game-to-game preparation. We look like one of the more unprepared teams in the NFL. Year-to-year, we look like one of the more unprepared teams in the NFL. How about having just game plans that make sense? Having game plans that can be adjusted. Having game plans that win you games. How about the fact that, yeah, you're an offensive, quote-unquote, offensive guru, but it seems like you can't hire people to run the other side of the ball because I doubt Brian Daboll has anything to do with the defense. But that falls on you too because you're the head coach, buddy. It falls on the fact that I don't even know if you're holding your coaches accountable. Like that's just how it seems because it's either the same or worse when it comes to the other side of the ball. How about the fact that, like, are you holding your players accountable? Because, like, you look at all these fumbles we got. And I know that goes back into preparation and stuff like that. But Daboll, you know what it comes down to, KB? The most important thing wins. We only have under this regime, and we're in the 4th. Yeah, is it the 4th? Let's see, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, we're in the 4th year. Do you know how many wins we have against the division under this regime?
Oh my God, I can't even. Oh God,
I can tell you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I know we went 1-5-1 in 2022. We went 1-5-1 in 2023. I believe we. The only thing we did we sweep Washington in 23? Did we sweep?
I'm not, because that's gonna help you get it. So, like, I'm gonna let you think out loud.
I would say, okay, Washington 3. I'll say a sweep. 2024. I think we got swept by them in 2024. So I'm gonna say 3 wins in the division.
So, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure under their tenure, we have 2 wins in the
Oh
division
my god! So we
through 4
split with
years.
Washington in 2023. Oh my god!
And like I said, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But KB, at the end of the day, everything we said, it really doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you got 2 wins in the division, 4 years as the head coach and GM of this team, and then overall, you're averaging basically throughout 22, you're averaging like 3 wins a season. No, you don't deserve to come back. No, you don't deserve your job because you're not doing your job. And I will admit, the people I want to put on here was the people that I made the joke about at the beginning when the funeral music was playing. I wanted to put John Mara and his whole family here. I did it because Mara is dealing with his own health issues, and I feel like that would have actually been in like some pretty bad taste. But with all the stuff that came out with the Saquon documentary, and me and KB talk about this all the time, at least off stream, we're just like, man, the more and more removed from the Giants Saquon guys, the more and more I'm just like, this dude is like, he's like more and more of a dickhead, for lack of a better word. But also,
yeah,
like one thing that is revealed that just completely absolved of him is just Mara interfering with moves. If he's saying John Mara is the one that blocked his trade,
that would be crazy.
Mara
I'm
is
very
still
anxious.
interfering with GMs. Are you kidding me?
Just quick little side note here.
Yeah.
How petty is it that that's gonna drop the day before, like the day of the Giants Eagles game on Thursday night?
Oh, it's by design. It's by design.
Insane.
You think Amazon doesn't notice? Amazon runs Thursday Night Football.
Oh my god, you're right. Holy crap.
You think Amazon doesn't know that?
They're going to be making so much
Thursday
bank
Night
on
Football.
that. Holy moly.
But KB, we thought that this was the regime that John Mara was going to keep his hands off of because that's what we were promised, even though he's never acknowledged it and we all know it. You know, anytime when he signed these guys, like it's going to be different. And he was right because he stuck by them, even though he shouldn't have. The one time he shouldn't have stuck by a regime, he stuck by the regime. And every other time where he should have, you know what I'm trying to say. He should have fired these guys, but he actually said, no, I'm going to give them more of a chance. Not the time to do it, Mr. Mara. And we thought you would have.
You know what? It might be coming at the perfect time.
But it's clear that he's not letting them do their job. I'm sorry, I spoke over you. What'd you say?
I said, you know what's crazy? It might be lining up to be the perfect time.
Meaning
they keep him for one more year because I'm telling you, John Harbaugh may be fired. I would take John Harbaugh.
Don't get my hopes up.
They're 1-4.
Listen to me, KB. Chat, we're gonna switch gears completely, and we're gonna talk about some freaking hope for a second before we get back to the March. Because my dream candidate for the next head coach of the Giants is John Harbaugh, and I don't get why half of the Giants fan base doesn't want John freaking Harbaugh. One of the most successful and consistent coaches in the NFL over the past 20 years.
Because they see what he's up to. They see him losing right now, and they're like, oh, well, we're just going to... Bro, I guarantee you John Harbaugh will change this ship around, bro. He's a Harbaugh, bro. Come on, man. We've seen what he was with the Ravens for so long.
And if there's one thing at least the Giants Twitter fan base can agree on is that, listen, to turn the ship around, either get a proven winner or get somebody from the McVay or Shanahan tree. That seems to be the proven way to go. I already told KB this. I told you guys this, I think, way back in like episode 1 or 2. I'm tired of taking chances on non-proven guys. We haven't gotten the proven guy in here since Tom Coughlin. Let me go get a proven guy if he's available and if he wants to come here. God knows if he'll want to come here.
Yeah,
with
no
John
more,
Harbaugh.
no more
I would
first-year
much
head coaches.
prefer that. That's just my
first-year
preference.
head coaches.
Yeah, that's my preference. Give me John Harbaugh. Let him assemble his staff. I feel like people that are against it are quite, like you said, they're being blinded by a lot of recency bias. They forget that he's one of the best head coaches in the NFL. They forget he runs one of the best programs and cultures in the NFL. I get he's having a tough time right now. It ran its course. It's no different from Mike Tomlin. It's just that Mike Tomlin consistently has a better roster.
And think about it. You know how, like, naturally, whoever is the GM or head coach, like, you're going to bring in players from that. We're going to be bringing Ravens, but we're going to be the freaking New York Ravens, bro. I'll take it. I'll take players from the Ravens all day.
Here's my dream scenario. Guys, chat, listen to me. Forget KB for a second, bro. Listen to me.
Yeah, you just minimized me.
I'm gonna minimize myself for you to give your dream scenario in a second. But here's my dream scenario. John Harbaugh.
I don't even have a dream scenario. Huh?
All right. John Harbaugh, head coach. Right. Mike McDaniel's OC. Right. Hear me out, Chad. Hear me out.
I'll take that.
We get somebody from the Broncos defensive staff as our DC. Hear me out. Chad, hear me out, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying.
I'll do that.
Now, how do I switch KB on here? Oh, there you go. Now it's KB.
I haven't even thought hard enough to have a perfect scenario, but John Harbaugh definitely my perfect scenario. You mentioned Mike McDaniel. He's probably gonna get fired. Maybe I'll take him as well. Damn. Who else? Who on the defensive side of who's got a good defense that's ready to be?
You know, Kashyap gave a Giants legend, Antonio Pierce, DC.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. He hasn't shown me anything yet to be a DC. He went straight from being a linebackers coach to a head coach. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet. But find a good defense and get a freaking defensive coordinator out of there.
Yeah. What's it called? I'm trying to look it up. What would I look up? Prospects. That's what I'm looking up. Defensive coordinator prospects. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. No, I don't think Robert Saleh is going to do a lateral
No,
move.
he's not going to do a one-to-one switch.
Yeah. Okay, candidates was actually the word I was looking for. What in the world is this Reddit thing? I guess it's actually hard for people to write articles on defensive coordinator.
You're right about that, Nova, for sure.
Let's see.
There are super nerds on Twitter that always give their recommendations, but I just, I don't follow it too much.
Yeah, there's not really anybody giving defensive coordinator candidates. They really just give offensive coordinator.
They usually give head coach candidates, GM candidates. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
Hey, you know what? You know what though? I'm
return to Patrick Graham.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like Return of the Sith. You know what? The Giants season is over. I'm looking forward to the legacy of the Orlando Apollos continuing. Now the UFL is bringing back an Orlando team. Shout out the Orlando Storm. Go Storm, baby! Woo! We're continuing the legacy of the Orlando Apollos, who were undefeated. That's the only team I support now, baby. Woo! Orlando Storm YouTube channel now. I'm changing all my colors.
Hey, don't forget, as soon as the Knicks start playing, we're talking about Knicks, buddy. All right?
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the Knicks. That's not even a bit.
I'm going to be Kid Storm. Kid Storm RB27. That's what I'm going to be.
You could
grown man talking about UFL. Oh, snap. Young Raj said it. Yeah, I said it first, Young Raj. Great minds think alike. Kid Blue to Kid Storm.
You know what? I'm just going to head right into, because I don't know. Is there anything else you got to say with the funeral march? I'm just going to head into the third thing of the day, guys. We're just going to be reading your comments, chatting with you guys, because, there's not too much to really talk about here. I did see one I want to
Questions, comments, concerns. Questions, comments, concerns. You leave it in the comments.
I agree with this completely, KB. Joe Schoen creates holes to replace other holes and creates more holes by signing the wrong people.
Yeah, and somebody I was just scrolling on my notification for YouTube, and somebody just posted on one of my videos. They were like, Joe Schoen is great at replacing great talent with talent that's half as bad.
Half as bad or half as good?
Half as good. Yeah.
No, I agree with you. You said it. We finally fixed the offensive line. What did it cost the rest of the team? We couldn't just fix the offensive line and keep the rest of the team, sort of strong as it was. The best example beaten to death, of course, McKinney, Saquon. But the more and more you look at it, you're like, damn, we could have just kept Saquon, I guess, if Mara didn't interfere, for the same money that we re-signed Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton's making $12 million a year. We could have signed Saquon to $12 million a year or $13 million a year, and bam, there you go. We replaced
I'm not
Sterling Shepard with Wan'Dale Robinson instead of picking George Pickens. And at the time, everybody was correct when they had that reaction. We're like, we took this guy above George Pickens. Oh, my God. Took Jalen Hyatt in the second round, and I'm guilty of being a Jalen Hyatt believer. I was wrong. But I'm not the one getting paid the big bucks. And don't forget, the Cowboys were on record on, was it Hard Knocks or something, I think? Say, hey, yo, Jalen Hyatt, you're buns, buddy.
Yeah.
People around the league knew he was buns.
Oh my god, and that's what I forgot, bro. We still have Hard Knocks.
We have in-season Hard Knocks still. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's gonna be terrifying.
No, maybe wait a minute. This might be bad for the wrong reason, bro. It might be bad because Mara's like, I don't want to do a firing while a TV show is going on. And then they stay like the
You're right. Bro,
Oh
Hard
my
Knocks
God.
is gonna
Oh,
curse
no.
the Giants, bro. We
Oh,
had one of
no.
the worst Hard Knocks ever. There's so much. I haven't confirmed this. I heard they took it off of HBO Max.
Yeah, they did, but I think they take off every previous season of Hard. I can't find any previous
No,
season.
you could find any Hard Knocks. You
You
could
can't
go
find
back.
like the Ravens 2000 Hard Knocks. You can't find that.
Oh yeah, but you can find like the old Jets Hard Knocks and stuff like that. You can get that.
You know,
It was
KB,
last season.
While you expand on your point, I'm about to look it up right now. I got you. I'm just gonna log into
Yeah.
HBO Max and see.
We do have in season. Jaden said Harbaugh, head coach, McDaniel, offensive coordinator, and Wink DC. But the thing is, listen, Wink had a falling out with John Harbaugh too. If you guys don't remember, there's a whole reason why he went to the Giants. Him and John Harbaugh had a falling out too. That's why I can't stand when people are like, "Oh my God, Brian Daboll sucks, bro." I mean, Brian Daboll right now does suck, but I'm saying with Wink Martindale controversy, they were both at fault, bro. Wink Martindale literally tried to start a coup in the freaking organization, bro. He tried to overthrow the government in the organization.
I'll continue to say this, K, but you're not a grown man yelling at me like I'm a kid, bro, and expect me to take in that. You know what I'm saying? That is
okay.
what was happening.
Here's the thing. He's your boss, bro. He's your boss. Like
I
don't condone Brian Daboll's actions.
What workplace in the modern day does that? Like your boss is yelling at you.
He's a coach.
All right, bro.
He's a coach. He's gonna yell at you.
All right, bro. You're just a Brian Daboll Glazer, and that's fine.
Oh my
He's
God.
gonna be gone.
They were both in the wrong. They were both in the wrong. However,
by the way,
as far as the hierarchy goes, you don't tell other coaches, "Hey, don't listen to what Brian Daboll says. Listen to what I say." Dude is trying to overthrow the freaking head coach is insane. You just listen. You signed contractually to be there. You should have just freaking see. Look at all the other Hard Knocks. Go. Can you find the Giants one?
Right. It's gone.
I told you, dude. They deleted that shit. They deleted
Wasn't it the very first off-season one too?
It's the very first off-season one because they were experimenting with it and they didn't do another one since. It's been 2 seasons. They didn't do one since.
Yep. We've always had training camp. You know, they continued the in-season one. They did not like that off-season one. I don't know what that means, but wow, what in the world?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Told you, dude.
That's insane.
It made them look. Honestly, I would sue if I'm Joe Shane. I would sue HBO for defamation.
That's not defamation though. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
I mean, they spun it to make it way more dramatic than it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. Listen, Joe Shane does not look good there, but they spun that shit like crazy, and then it, went viral and stuff like that. Listen, I would be looking for some sort of compensation because honestly, that's where it really went downhill. If Gannon is firing AZ, potential DC, but his defense wasn't even good with Philly when he was there with Philly. It wasn't even good. I don't care for him. And
it would have to be somebody.
If I'm not mistaken, he's a 4-3 guy. If I'm not mistaken, he's a 4-3 guy. If I'm not mistaken.
It would have to be somebody that's promoted if we're gonna stick with that.
And he plays heavy zone. He plays heavy zone. I don't like heavy zone.
Let me look for another comment here. This is, as I said, section where we're going to try and go over some of them.
It's unfortunate because Wink's defense is exactly my favorite type of defense.
It's also the one that this roster is constructed for.
Heavy blitz, cover one. Well, I mean, we can't run cover one with this team because we can't cover to save our lives. But we would adjust with it and just force all the pressure to help our defensive backs. But man,
let me see. I gotta really scroll up here to see if we got anything. Let's see.
Yeah, Wink was a big loss, Juan. He in 2022 he single-handedly won us games. I mean, and the offense was good too, was decent too, so that helps. But you look at that Ravens game. The defense came up big, and that Ravens team was good. And Banks hasn't been the same since. Well, Banks is just terrible. Banks is just bad, bro. I'll eat my crow on that, bro. I love Deontay Banks. He is ass. God, it's crazy because you know how you have a confidence level when you think about a player. It's like, yo, Abdul Carter. Like, I get excited. Like, yo, when I think about Deonte Banks, I like cringe. When I think about Cordell Flott in my head, I'm like, yo, he's a better, like, I trust him more out there than Deonte Banks. I can't believe I'm saying that because I hated when Cordell Flott was on the field in years prior, but he plays like a dog. Deonte Banks, have we ever seen Cordell Flott like force penalties? Like, does he ever have penalties?
I'm sure he has.
Maybe he's had some penalties, but I haven't noticed it to the point of Deonte Banks just throwing Chris Olave down last week on an interception that Javon Holland should have had. Didn't we spend like
$100 million on a secondary just for a coach to play cornerback and Kimbrough to play safety? Listen, I think that Shane Bowen makes our personnel look worse than they are. I don't think our personnel is as good as Giants fans may have hyped them up to be. Javon Holland was coming off of an injury.
They're somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Unfortunately, as it pains me to say, Javon Holland is not who he was his first couple years in Miami, which was a top safety in the league before his injury. He just hasn't looked the same since. But you compound that doesn't mean he's a bad safety. You compound that with the fact that he's in a system that doesn't know how to utilize any of his players, it seems like, then he's going to look worse than he is. Paulson Adebo was never like I would say one of the top corners in the NFL. I think he was always an average to above average corner. But same thing, when you get him in a situation like this, he looks worse than he is. And to be fair, not even to be fair, to put some blame on the players as well, at least with Paulson Adebo. I think Holland's played better than Paulson Adebo. There's been times I look at Adebo on the field and I'm just like, you're getting burned, or you are also taking a bad angle, or you're not doing your job properly. But I think they look worse than they actually are. But yeah, why do they look worse than they are? Who hired DC? Who hired the surrounding pieces around them? You know, it all just comes back to the current regime. And if you want to take it all the way up top, you can. But at that point, we're all wasting our breath when we're talking about the Mara family, because there ain't nothing that can be done about that except for the family themselves doing something about it. So, you know, it's the same cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I said all to say it's the same cycle. What a very interesting question. Steeler playbook. Steeler playbook.
Yo, Nahum, your guess is as good as mine, brother. X's and O's couldn't even tell you.
And they're doing us a favor because it looked like Saquon might not play. We still gonna lose.
Bro, you have a defense with Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Nakobe Dean's supposed to be coming back this game, Jalen Carter, let's see, freaking, I don't even know who their edge rushers are right now at this point, but who cares? Reed freaking Blankenship, who always makes a play on us for whatever reason. How the hell is our offense supposed to go up against that?
You know what the sad part is, KB? Andrew Thomas has been back 3 weeks now. Still zero pressures.
Zero pressures.
Zero QB hits. Zero whatever other stats there is that he needs to take care of.
He's just a freaking donut shop.
And
that's a good thing for offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Donut shop.
He's just putting up nothing but elite stats. Is going to end this game. You know why it's going to end this game? Not because somebody's going to get the better of him, but because nobody on the offense is going to get open for so long that somebody's just going to get to Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to be closed. Quinyon Mitchell, who I think is a little overrated, maybe that's my Eagle hate speaking, he's going to look like Darrelle Revis. Who's he guarding? Wan'Dale Robinson?
Mitchell Island.
Jalen Hyatt?
Oh my God, I can't believe Jalen Hyatt is about to start for this team. Oh my God, I think I might cry. Jalen Hyatt's about to start for my football team. I can't, you know what? I want it to happen. So any remaining Jalen Hyatt.
They don't exist, bro.
Any remaining. No. They exist. They exist. They're on Twitter and they're like, but Jalen Hyatt, why are we giving Jalen Hyatt a slant route? Why are we giving Jalen Hyatt more opportunities and get him? Bro, he can't do it. But wait until he's actually put in an offense where he's forced to. You will see. He is going to fuck it up. I already know. Wan'Dale is going to be our number one receiver, for crying out loud. My God. And I like Wan'Dale. He is not supposed to be a one wide receiver one. Not even. He's not supposed to be a wide receiver two. He's a slot guy who can sometimes stretch the field and like be very slippery on a third down. That's what he's there for.
He's a slot guy that our offensive coordinator has like a secret love affair with the amount of like Wandale has been our wide receiver one with the amount this guy's involved in the offense. Even when
he gets a lot of receptions, a lot of targets.
Ridiculous. But and we didn't even get to the defensive side of the ball yet. I don't know how the hell we're gonna stop. I know Philly's offense has been struggling, but it was like a here damn game for their offense to their fans. They started passing a bit more.
It'll be a get right game for them. Their offense has been struggling all year. This would be the first week that they just look amazing. But Saquon knows that his documentary is dropping the day of. He's gonna be in the crowd like, oh my God, everybody pity me. Yeah, I'm here. I overcame the New York Giants. Bro talks about the Giants like he was a freaking like
he was in the gulag, bro.
Like he was escaped the freaking gulag, bro, and like he's a refugee, bro. And like how he's overcoming. That's how he talks about the Giants, like he was a freaking captured or kidnapped. It's crazy.
Just because of that, KB, forget everything we just said, bro. Let's actually do a preview, bro. What do the Giants have to do to beat the Eagles?
Don't make me do it, Coach. Don't make me do this, bro.
No, bro.
Don't make me do this, bro.
Saquon is pissing me the hell off, bro.
Don't make me do this, bro.
We already won. There's no Saquon Barkley. We already got that W going for us. Step 2, Shane Bowen, please blitz.
Wait,
blitz.
What do you mean no Saquon Barkley?
He hasn't practiced so far this week.
Oh yeah, the Eagles fans were saying that he showed up on the injury report after the game. I don't think he'll want to miss it though. I don't.
He might not want to, but we'll see. As of right now,
if there's no Saquon, I would love that.
Tuesday, October 7th.
Yavraj says Saquon says he's playing. He might be on rest. Listen. He might be just resting.
Listen, chat. Listen. He had a knee injury, and he was healthy all last year. He's due. He is due.
Madden curse, baby.
Forget the Madden curse.
Yo.
He's due. He's consistently injured year when he was with us. It's time.
Yo, let me just poison our minds with some copium or hopium, as you like to say it. Imagine. I want you to just imagine this. We go to is it at the link? It's at the link, right?
I'm about to check. Because we played him 2 times in 3 weeks, bro. They've been doing that for like the past 5 years. The past 5 years. It's like 2 times in 3 weeks.
I think we start off at the link. Why would they do Thursday night
football?
No,
it's at home. It's at home.
It's at home. Okay, imagine. Fine. Even better. Imagine Saquon Barkley coming back to MetLife Stadium, coming back
MetLife
to the
turf. I need one more out of you. I need one more out of you.
Can you give me one more? I got one more in me.
You got one more? Listen, MetLife turf.
Yo. Before all the PC people come over here and be like, oh my God, you guys are you're wishing injuries on players, bro.
Man, fuck Saquon Barkley.
Man, fuck that. Hey, MetLife turf, I need you to come through. But no, I'm saying
kids watching. I'm sorry. Cover your ears for a second. If you're offended by customers, cover your ears for a second. Fuck Rocky. Fuck the Philly cheesesteak. Fuck Philadelphia as a city. Fuck their fentanyl crisis, and fuck
that
the
Bell.
Eagles. Ain't nobody give a shit about the Liberty Bell. That shit's broken. They replaced it.
Yo,
I'm done. I'm sorry I went off and I cussed, guys. I'm sorry. I know I don't do it, but I genuinely hate the Philadelphia Eagles. And Saquon is like, this man used to be my favorite player, and it's like he went there and he became a different person.
He's gonna get booed to all hell at MetLife. He's gonna get booed like crazy, but he's gonna eat off that. But listen, just imagine, all right? It's Thursday morning. Saquon Barkley wakes up and his documentary just dropped. He's getting all these pity party things. Oh, you poor thing! I can't believe everything that you went through with the New York Giants. Oh my God, you're such an overcomer, and to win a Super Bowl, wow, you're just my king, you know. And then he goes into that game. He takes that bus ride to I think they're already there, but still take that bus ride to Jersey, goes into that stadium. Oh man, my documentary just dropped. We about to get this win. We're on prime time against my former team in the former stadium that I was in. Boom, he goes out there, and then he has a bad game. Like he has a 3.2 yards per carry this season, which is nuts.
This man is writing fan fiction right now, but I'm here for it.
Love it, love it. He goes out and has a bad game, and then he fumbles the ball. Jackson Dart takes over, wins them the game. The Giants find a way to win it, like San Francisco did against the Rams, because San Francisco they were on a backup quarterback, backup wide receiver, still won the game against the Rams. And the Giants do the same thing. They find a way to win, and Saquon Barkley gets his second homecoming spoiled. His documentary just dropped, and then everybody just fucking turns on him. I would love that. Because he thought he was coming out with this documentary, coming back in his second season, just dominating again. He's been ass this season, okay? He's been terrible. I don't know what all Eagles fans are just blaming their offensive coordinator, Kevin Patullo. Apparently, like everything that goes wrong in the world is Kevin Patullo's fault to Eagles fans. It doesn't matter. The Madden curse is going to stay true as it's been for years, and the Giants find a way to win this game. Can you imagine? I'll throw a party, bro. I will twerk on stream, bro, for real. I will. Bro, I'll do some crazy things if the Giants win, bro. If the Giants win, I'll do some crazy things, bro. Abdul gets his first sack on a trick. Oh my God. Icing on the cake, Abdul Carter gets a sack on his former team. His first real sack on his former team. Oh, cinema. And listen, we're not dealing with Spencer Rattler, who gets the ball out quick. Jalen Hurts holds on to that football. He tries to play hero ball. He tries to do it all himself. He's going to hold on to that football, try to get out the pocket, and boom! Abdul Carter on his former team, bro. Come on.
Listen, KB, it's all fine and dandy. It's all, fine speech.
Mm-hmm.
Great vision. And I love it. I'm a fan of it. How do we make a reality? Blitzing, right? Let's start off there.
You got to pull out all the punches against
I think
Philly,
you got to rush
if we go into this game still having a 12% blitz rate, I'll lose my shit. You're so against a team like the Eagles, who's dominated this division and dominated us for so long. You need to go big or go home, bro. Go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
KB made this whole fan fiction just for us to lose 63-0.
Listen, all I'm saying is we'd have to blitz on the defensive side of the ball for a couple reasons. One, to get the Jalen Hurts to make him pass, because I think everybody in the NFL except for Eagles fans don't believe in Jalen Hurts as a passer. Even then, like, they still might beat us because they're just so talented all over the field on the team. But also to help our corners out, because we were just talking about how our secondary is. On the offensive side of the ball, guys, I really don't know what in the world we can do. The Eagles defense is one of the best in the NFL, and we are down so many playmakers on that side of the ball. We have to make Theo Johnson, even though I don't like him that much, and Daniel Bellinger, somebody I do like that much, and somebody that I feel like they should continue to use more. I think I saw a stat, he's caught every single one of his pass, like, since 2023, he's caught every single pass thrown to him, basically. He hasn't dropped a single ball. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Like,
he's a dog.
You have to make them become Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, bro, for lack of a better comparison. That's what you got on as your receiving weapons right now. Because all they got to do is guard Wan'Dale. You think they're really going to – you think Jalen Hyatt and Bo Collins is going to beat Quinyon Mitchell and whoever else they got back there and the white man? That's not happening, bro. You got to use these tight ends, and they were using them last week on the first drive where we scored. It was basically all tight ends.
Yeah.
I don't really have schematically what we have to do, Giants fans. But on the defense side of the ball, we're definitely going to have to blitz more than we currently do. And on the offensive side of the ball, you're going to have to rely on the tight ends because Tyrone Tracy still isn't back. You could lead into Cam Scatterbull, but he could be very, very easily countered, especially when you're going up against an elite front seven like the Eagles have. It's going to come down to the tight ends. And that's really all I got to say about it in terms of like an actual preview. That's all I got. KB, is there anything else?
No, we pretty much covered it. I know Listen, the Eagles have a really strong defense still. It's going to be really hard to because we're going to be one-dimensional going into it already because we don't have wide receiver threats. So we're already going to be trying to run the ball. The Eagles know that. We got to find a way to counter that. Play action, whatever, get downfield and find a way. But I'll be honest with you, man. I do not know. I can't give you a game plan. I cannot give you a game plan.
Listen, kind of unrelated, but I found it interesting. I heard the reason Odell got suspended because he was using PEDs, but the reason he was tested is because the Giants wanted him to sign him, so test him to pass a physical, and he failed. I haven't heard of this, so I can't speak on it.
I haven't heard of that either. I don't know how valid that is, but no idea.
Listen, guys, we got to basically the only time that me and KB, I guess, kind of look forward to now, and that's just like the picking the games. All right.
Yeah, right.
So let's tally up how we did. Let me see. Did I zoom in enough? I think that's enough. Let's tally up how we did. KB had the lead last time. I think, was it a 3-point lead? Do you have your book pulled up?
It was 3-point. Yeah, I'm 42-22. You're 39-25.
All right, let's go through. I picked the Rams. Damn.
Hold on. Let me pull up my notes.
Yeah.
Go to my notepad. All right. I picked the Rams as well. And they
What
lost,
a great
so
start.
That's amazing.
Great start. Vikings. Hold up. I need to refresh this because why isn't this just updated with the score right now?
Yeah, it happened last week too.
There we go. Bam. Pick the Vikings. So we got that.
Yeah, we got that.
Cowboys, I think we both got that.
Yep.
Giants, we both had that.
God.
Colts, I think we both had
Colts.
that, right? Yep. Panthers. Did we both have Panthers?
I had Panthers, yep. Did you have Panthers?
Yep.
All right.
I picked the Eagles. I should have picked the Broncos. I should have stuck with my hate.
I picked the Eagles. Yeah.
I should have stuck with my hate. Oh my God.
Texans. They done let us down, man. They done let us down.
Oh my God, I picked the Texans. Did you pick the Texans?
Yeah. Because remember we changed it late because somebody told us that Lamar wasn't playing, and we're like, oh my God, we gotta change it.
You're right. Yeah. Texans. All right.
So yeah, we both picked the Texans. Oh my
There's
God,
no
the Cardinals.
way.
Oh my God.
We both picked the Cardinals, I think.
Bro, did you see what happened?
I did.
Oh my God. Imagine, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I feel so bad for that dude. I'm mad at him because I shouldn't be. I'm not a Cardinals fan. I don't care. But why are players still doing this? Why are they still showing off, bro? I don't understand how they're still doing this. This happens every year. And it always winds up being the reason why they lose the game. They literally they put the game away with that touchdown.
Yeah.
That's it. Like that's nail in the coffin. Oh my God, that's nuts. And it allowed the Titans to come back. Holy moly. I believe they won on a game-winning field goal too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that Cardinals, goddamn DeMarcado.
Bucks Seahawks. This was probably game of the year. So we had a lot of good game of the year candidates so far, but this was like just cinema. I unfortunately didn't get to watch it live. I'm gonna hope that the NFL uploaded some type of condensed game format like they do with some of these classics, and I'll try and get that.
Mm-hmm.
Lions Bengals. Lions.
You had Bucks, all right?
Yeah, we both had Bucks.
Okay, yeah, we both had Bucks.
Chargers Commanders. I had Chargers and Commanders.
You had Lions.
Yeah. And I had Chargers.
I had Commanders. That's where we finally deferred.
Wow.
I had Commanders.
Patriots Bills. I had Bills.
I had Bills too. That's unfortunate.
And Chiefs Jaguars.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was saying the Jags got a chance too. I remember us talking about it. I was saying the Jags got a chance too, and I wound up going Chiefs, bro. Oh my God, another bad week for us. Duval, bro, they're 4-1.
Yeah, they're Liam Cohen was in this head coaching cycle, and we decided to stick with Brian Daboll.
Oh, that is true. That is true. We missed out on Liam Cohen and Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's see who our head coaching candidates are this year. So, to tally it up, you had 7 wins.
I think you took another point lead, I think.
Yeah, you are 7 wins. And how many games were there? Can you count up really quick? Can you scroll up really quick? I think there were
Yeah, I
two teams
got
on
you.
bye, so I think there was 14 games.
Yeah, 14.
So I was 8 and 6.
And 7-7 on my end.
Okay, 7, 8 and 6. So if you do that, I'm 50. I am 50 and 28. And then you are 46
Yeah.
and 32.
Guys. It's not going to be Eagles versus Colts Super Bowl. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you why. And it's not even me being a Daniel Jones hater, but we've seen the script before, 2022. They're not facing a particularly hard schedule. I give them credit. They beat the Broncos, a team that should have beaten them. But they're facing, kind of an easier schedule. He's in a good system. I don't think this Colts team is going to go far into playoffs. That's just me. I think it's going to be a repeat of 2022. That's just me. Call me a hater if you want. We got to trade Thibodeau because we aren't signing him to a big contract. I disagree. I think keep Kayvon Thibodeau. I think keep together what is a great pass rushing front. It's just not being used correctly. I think that's something you want to keep. We didn't have issues with keeping it in the past. That's what we were built off of. Now, KB, let's get into our new picks for week 6. Oh yeah, we open up the week. Eagles Giants.
Yeah, amazing.
Eagles. Go ahead, KB. Sing your song.
Oh God, never doing that again.
I have footage. Broncos Jets. I gotta go Broncos.
I'm going Broncos too. If they just beat the Super Bowl champions. How are they gonna lose to the Jets? I mean, are they gonna pull the Giants and beat a good team and lose to a bad team?
This is gonna be a good one here.
Jets legitimately might go 0-16, 0-17, bro. They are terrible.
I don't know.
They
This
got
might
a
be a
running
good
back
one,
at
yo.
quarterback.
Seahawks Jaguars.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Especially
That's a
after the
good one.
offensive performance the Seahawks just put up.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? The Seahawks offense is just really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm leaning towards Seahawks here.
I am too, but
I know Jack's find a way to win. Jack's find a way to win. And
Let me
they
go
play
back
tough
up right
defense,
here.
So.
Let's see. Were there any insane defensive stats from any Jaguars players? They had Oh yeah, Devin Lloyd had a huge.
Oh
pick
yeah,
and a
Devin
return,
Lloyd's
I
had
think.
Devin Lloyd had 4 interceptions or something like that? That's nuts.
Yeah. I don't know. This can go either way. I think this is gonna be one of the better games.
Yeah.
Of the week.
And it's a good thing
You know
because
what,
during
KB? I'm gonna
Sunday
be
the
bold.
Giants don't play on Sunday, so we can watch these games.
I'm gonna be bold, KB. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna pick the Jags. I'm gonna pick the
Okay.
Jags. I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna defer here.
Hopefully they get it.
I'm taking Seahawks.
Chargers, Dolphins.
Chargers,
Dolphins.
I mean, are we gonna
There's no way you guys put up 10 points against the Dolphins, right?
mark my words? I will not be surprised. I'm not choosing them. I will not be surprised if the Dolphins win.
What is going on right now?
The Chargers are gonna charger, bro. They do this all the time. They start off well. They start off really good,
But
and then they fall off a cliff.
But they charger later on in the year, not halfway through the year.
Yeah, but shit, they already did it. They lost. They got demolished. Or not demolished, but they really had no chance
did
to
get
win
demolished by
that
the
Commanders
Commanders.
game. Yeah, and then they lost us, bro.
Yeah. Rams, Ravens. I went Rams.
Oh wait, let me see. Chargers, Rams, Ravens. Yeah, I'm taking Rams. I don't know if anybody knows if Lamar's playing. Is Lamar still out?
If he is, even if he's in, I'm taking him because man,
yeah,
the
their
Ravens,
defense
they're
is
just
so
not in a
good.
good spot right now.
Their defense is not good. Yeah.
Yeah. Colts, Cardinals, Danny Dimes. Although I guess his new nickname is Indiana Jones. I'll go with him for Colts, Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts here. I think Arizona's not having a good year, bro. They are losing. Every game they lose is in the fourth quarter. It's they are having heartbreaking losses.
I think
I
what
feel
people
bad
realize,
for Cardinals fans, all 5 of them.
Cardinals fans.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think what people are realizing, and maybe this is another hot take by Kush tonight, he's had quite a few, is that people are realizing that Kyler Murray isn't a franchise quarterback. He's just a good to very good quarterback, but he's not a franchise quarterback. And I think there's some people that knew that for a while.
Elevator. He's not an offense elevator. I don't believe so.
And I think there's people that knew that for a while, especially when you consider how he's mentally built. Never forget, the Cardinals had to put in his contract, stop playing COD, basically. and do your film homework. Never
That's
forget.
nuts. Yo, Daniel Jones is literally the best quarterback of that draft. That's nuts.
Out of the 2019 draft class.
Yeah.
And we were saying that back when we were still Daniel Jones truthers.
Yeah.
How it comes back around. Cowboys, Panthers, Cowboys. Dak Prescott MVP. Like 2 years ago when Lamar had it, he had a conversation for it. Last year, Josh Allen won it, and Lamar had a conversation for it. This might be the year Dak finally gets his MVP because they're still like they're not a losing team
Asia.
technically. Shout out to Asia. What's up? It's not like they're a losing team at all, KB.
You know what's crazy? In the beginning of the year, we were laughing at the Cowboys. Shout out Jay Tuck, the Cowboys content creator on Roundtable. We were laughing at him because he said that Dak Prescott's gonna have an MVP type year, and he already knew how bad the defense was gonna be, especially trading Micah Parsons, and that he was gonna have to step up and do what he has to do. Not only is he proving that, Dak Prescott, he's also doing that without CeeDee Lamb. He's doing that without Kevontae Turner. He's doing that with George Pickens and then like Kevin Flowerboy, whatever his name is. He had like that Flournoy guy had like 100 yards against the Jets, so that's nuts. But he's doing that all shorthanded with a bad offensive line too. Their offensive line is not that good.
It's not like it's his first year or anything being like having this conversation thrown out around him.
Yeah,
Lamar won his MVP 2 years ago. Dak was. There's a lot of people, or a good amount of people, I should say, that felt like, hey, that should have been Dak's award that year. But we'll see how it goes. I hate cheering for an opponent, but Dak is somebody that completely proved me wrong, and I'm happy to say that. Dak was, people forget, early on in his career. What we're saying about Jalen Hurts right now is what we said about Dak Prescott early on in his career, except Dak actually became one of the more elite passers in the NFL.
Dak is an elite passer. That's for sure. Yeah.
Patriots, Saints. I mean, I gotta go to Pats. They're just a better team, and they just beat the Bills too.
They beat us, sure, but they're not.
They got young Justin Herbert.
If the Saints find a way to win 2 home games, I mean, New Orleans is gonna explode. I mean, my goodness,
the crime rate is gonna go down for like 3 straight weeks.
Facts.
Browns, Steelers. I'll go Steelers here, man. Shout out Dylan Gabriel though.
Yeah. Shout out Dylan Gabriel. He's gonna get thrown around that defense. I feel like the Steelers their time to collapse is coming very soon. I don't know if that's this game because the Browns defense is very good this year. Mm-hmm. It is like what it should have been because it wasn't that last year. Browns defense is very good. I would not be surprised if the Browns find a way to win this game because they hung in close with Dylan Gabriel against the Vikings. They had that game won until Carson Wentz led a drive back to win the game, but.
Carson Wentz is having his Nick Foles year.
Yeah, give me the Steelers. As does like every backup quarterback for the Vikings. What is it like? That's why Kevin O'Connell.
It's Kevin O'Connell. That's what it is.
That's why Kevin O'Connell is such a dog, bro.
There's technically 3, but really 2. I'll say 2 coaches that are just the true QB whisperers: Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell. And Kevin O'Connell is a Sean McVay guy. And I guess you could throw in, of course, Kyle Shanahan as well. Because Baker spent time with not Baker. I'm sorry.
Bro, Mac Jones looks really good. Mac Jones looks exactly what like me. I don't know.
We thought he was gonna be when we thought they were gonna draft him.
Yeah. That's a team we thought he was gonna go to for Kyle Shanahan. And I don't know if you were on the Mac Jones train, but I remember me and Diggy would be like, "Who? Mac Jones? We loved Mac Jones coming out of Alabama, and now he's really showing it." So I would not be surprised. Call me crazy. I would not be surprised if this guy, Brock Purdy, does not find a way to stay healthy, and they find a way to get rid of Brock Purdy for Mac Jones. I would not be surprised.
The issue is that
they signed him.
As good as Mac Jones look, Garoppolo to Purdy to Jones, it's the same quarterback over and over again. And I still think as good as Mac Jones, as good as he looks, unless he shows that he has something they don't, because both of those guys were in the Super Bowl and they just didn't have it to win it. I don't know. It's probably going to be the same result. But we got way off track. Steelers is my pick. And then going to Raiders, Broncos. Sorry, not Raiders, Broncos. Raiders, Titans. I'm actually going to Titans. I'm going to Titans. Shout out to my guy, Tub Frog. Another one of my favorite.
Oh, my God. He's
channels.
Finally jumping off the Raiders train. Finally.
No, last week I jumped off it with the Colts.
Oh, yeah. But you were forced to because you couldn't stop picking both the teams. But now you have no reason to take the Titans. Yeah. All right,
Tub
staying
Frog,
off of it.
I'm sorry.
You know what's crazy?
Sorry,
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I'm taking the Titans too.
Yeah,
taking the Titans. I think they're just more of a tougher team. Like they're more gritty with it. I think the Titans find a way to get another win here.
Yeah, we did see that Joe Flacco got traded to the Bengals, and we're gonna get to that in 2 games. 49ers, Buccaneers, as good as Mac Jones looks, give me Baker Mayfield, another quarterback I've really become a fan of because I love stories like just, redemption.
And Baker's a dog, bro. Watch Baker Mayfield play. Watch Baker Mayfield play, bro. He does not give a damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
He has the attitude I want. I was just going to say, like, people always talk about the New York media, and even this is back when Baker was being, like, drafted before he went number 1 overall. Right? Could he have survived it? Yeah, he could have, bro. His mentality is built different. And he, especially this year, but last year too, since he got to the Bucs, he's been the man in the clutch, bro. He's been the guy you want at the helm of the ship in the clutch. Baker is one of the best quarterbaks in the NFL right now.
I'd say right now he's on like a top 3 level right now. Like who else is like Josh Allen? I think is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And then Joe Burrow, obviously he's hurt, so we can't. I'm just gonna exclude him. Who's playing better than Baker Mayfield right now? I mean,
we're talking about right now this season, right?
Yeah, right now this season. Who's
right
playing
now
better
this
than him
season?
right
I
now?
don't know. I guess you could make an argument Mahomes.
Dak.
Mahomes
So
is
like
looking a bit back there, but yeah, I would put Dak there.
You know, I'd say Josh Allen. Dak. No, I think Dak's the best quarterback right now this season. Dak, Josh Allen, Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I forgetting?
And then his draft mate Sam Darnold. I think it's Darnold. Was Darnold also a Heisman winner or no? He was in the running.
No, Darnold didn't win the Heisman. No.
Yeah, you got him. He's looking like a top 10.
Bro, and if you look at the statistics and everything, like and records, Daniel Jones is playing like a top 5 quarterback right now.
We're not acknowledging that.
Daniel motherfucking Jones. All the years that we defended this motherfucker, and he decides to play well, not on the Giants. Oh my god.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh my god, bro. All the years we had to defend this guy on the internet, coach. Oh my god.
Wait, did we both take the Bucs, or did I just take the Bucs?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Bucs. Dude, I'm low-key a Bucs fan this season.
I don't blame you. You're gonna get all their games too. Bengals, Packers. Yep, as Age just said, the Bengals got Joe Flacco. Unfortunately, I don't know if that makes much of a difference against the well-rested Packers off the bye, a team that's gonna be or continue to be one of the best in the NFL, and I'm gonna go with them. Like, I think this is a simple fact of way better team comes against really bad team. Shout out to Pops in the chat. Yep.
You said what?
I said Packers.
Oh yeah. I thought you almost said the Bengals for a second. Listen, I don't know if Joe Flacco is gonna play in this game. Like, he's literally just got there. Like, I no idea. I don't know if he's gonna pull a Baker Mayfield with the Rams and just go there for a week and just win a game. Because the Bengals defense, you gotta win a shootout to win as a Bengals quarterback. So don't know if he's doing that yet. And the Packers at one point were like one of the best teams in the NFL. They've kind of calmed down since, and they're coming off a bye. So I'm taking the Packers.
Yep, that's basically what I said. Lions, Chiefs. This could have been the Super Bowl last year if the Lions their entire defense didn't get injured, and I'm sad about that because it meant one less Eagles Super Bowl ring. But speaking of the Lions, I don't know if we give them credit last week. What a bounce back since their week 1 loss.
Yeah, I know.
And loss, they
got embarrassed. They got embarrassed because they swept the Packers last year. Swept them, and then they have a disappointing loss in week 1, and they've been on fire since.
They've been on fire since, and after week 1, I was fully on the train of, oh my god, the 2 coordinators were worth so much more than they could have possibly imagined. But they kind of just got back to business, and I hope it continues because I'm picking them against the Chiefs. I think similar to what I said for similar for what I said for Packers Bengals. I think they're just a better overall team. That's what it is.
Taking the Lions
and then
here.
Bills Falcons. Bills.
I'm taking the Bills. What a weird year. Like, there's a lot of games where I'm just like, this is an easy one. I'm taking that team. This is an easy one. I'm taking that team. Like, the margin between the talent.
But for some of them, we got proven wrong. Like,
yeah, that is true. That is true. But like, a lot of these games is just so easy to like get. It's like I don't know. The competition in the NFL is kind of widening more. Like, I would expect teams to get it together, and I want it to be a challenge to predict these games. I mean, it is becoming a little bit of a challenge. I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of these games just don't. I don't know.
It's because of teams that are stuck in limbo, similar to the Giants. That's why teams that are facing, basically what we're facing, and then teams that are facing injuries. But then when you got a case with we've kind of got like a couple matchups here where the difference in talent and how good the team is quite a lot, like the Bills and the Falcons. Ending off with Commanders Bears. Last year's Commanders Bears matchup basically spelled the two directions that each franchise would head in. That's what it was popular for. And I'm gonna pick the Commanders again here. It's just another case of they're just the better team overall, and they got the better quarterback currently.
I would love if the Bears got their payback
revenge
on the Commanders from last year, that Hail Mary touchdown that got the Commanders to win. This time it's at Washington. I think the last game was at Soldier Field. I would love that for that to happen, and for the Bears to beat another NFC East team. But I'm gonna take the Commanders here, man. I just can't see, like, if you look at the way Jaden Daniels is playing, and oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, bro, Bill Krosky Merritt, bro, that random 7th round running back, man, like
they believed in him so much they traded Brian Robinson, yeah.
And not only he had such a good game, bro. He had 14 carries for 114 and 2 touchdowns, dude.
You want to talk about a random good game from a running back? How about Rico Dowdle last week for the Panthers?
I heard, yeah, damn.
Rushing.
Apparently he's talking
yards rushing.
Because now he's facing his former team in the Cowboys. Apparently he's talking shit. And saying like, oh, they better buckle up or whatever.
I mean, if he can replicate it, 200 yards rushing is nothing easy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's our picks for this week, guys. And that's basically going to be the show for this week. I won't lie to you. Let's see if there's anything that we missed here. Mr. Smurf, a.k.a. Pop, said, if we lose the next 3 games, there's no place to hide from the chopping block for Daboll and Schoen or Boat. What do you think? We both agree. We both want them gone right now, I would say. But I brought up a point that I think KB sort of starts to agree with, which is because Hard Knocks in season is going to start soon, and knowing John Mara's fragile self, he might not want to fire them while they're on the show, and they're probably just going to last throughout the rest of the season. That is something to keep in mind, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I like that you brought that up, because he might not want to start any drama, more controversy, because he knows exactly what happened last time. So, I mean, this might really screw us over again, being on Hard Knocks. You know what's crazy? I never hated being on Hard. I always wanted the Giants to be on Hard Knocks, but I would love better circumstances for us to be on Hard Knocks, because both are in really crucial years, man. Really crucial year. Shout out New York Revival in the chat. New York Revival.
Whoa, I turned away for a second. Yo, shout out to Revival.
Shout out Revival.
Go over there and check them out. Those are my boys. But that's it for now, y'all. KB, any last words before we end it off?
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a rough year. I think everybody knows that. And even though there's not really much hope, let's just see what happens with Jackson Dart. I think this is a good game to see what he has, because he's going to be under a lot of adversity going against the Eagles, are the biggest team in our division right now with no weapons. I want to see what happens. And I'm not excited for it, to be honest with you. I am really dreading it, but we're here, bro. This is our team, and unfortunately, we have to have these things happen. We have to force these things to happen in order for there to be change. So,
and I'll end it off on a little bit of a positive note. Like, we're still gonna be here week in, week out, like we have been for the longest time. That's not gonna change. We're still gonna, we're gonna react as fans do, which is gonna be mostly negative, because that's just the state of the franchise. But we're gonna be here. We're going to try and make it fun. We're going to try and connect with you guys, and we're going to just try and enjoy what we can with the season. I'll say one thing on the outlook of the show. We were not joking earlier, at least on one thing. I don't mind, I guess, watching some UFL if I become that desperate, but we were not lying about the NBA stuff. Me and KB talked about it a little bit before we restart the show. It's going to be here and there for sure, because I think once the football season is on, that's the main thing, obviously, but NBA season is about to start back up. I'm a huge Knicks fan. KB's a little bit more of a casual Knicks fan, but I think it's going to make for a great dynamic when we get to talking about it. And obviously, as the NFL season is over, it gives us something else to talk to you guys about as well during the offseason and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that as well. That's it for now, y'all. Oh, yeah, go ahead, KB. My bad.
You can't wait for Knicks basketball.
Listen, hey, they're good. All right, unlike the Giants, they've been in the playoffs the past like 3 or 4 years,
The
and
Giants
they're
are
probably
gonna
go. Yeah,
the Giants are gonna make me more of a basketball fan than a football fan.
and you know what? Knock on wood, they're probably going to be in the finals this year because the injuries to other Eastern Conference teams. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Well, that's it for now, y'all, and we're gonna be out.
Shout out to
Peace.
Asia. Shout out to Asia. Hold on, don't end it yet. Shout
Oh,
out to Asia.
shout out to Asia.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Yep.
to hear that, Asia. Praying for you. I know
Oh, I
you
didn't-
said last week.
Yeah.
You know the loss of your mom.
I did not see that. I'm so
but
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, Asia, you brought it up last week, but listen, you're always stronger than you think you are. There's definitely people in your life that care about you, that will want to help and support you, and know that at the very least, even though we're over the internet, we care about you, and we hope that you could bounce back and reach out to professional help if you need it for sure. Please do
reach out to
if you need it.
somebody, definitely that can help you out with and be able to listen to all that you have going on,
Yeah. Guys, we're gonna head out. Thank you and have a good one.